Residents of Nova Scotia are mopping up the remnants of Hurricane Lee, which made landfall in the Atlantic Canada province last month, and expressing relief that the storm proved far less destructive than Hurricane Fiona, which wreaked havoc in the region 1 year ago. At the same time, there is a growing appreciation in the province that tropical hurricanes, once unusual so far north, can be expected with greater frequency and intensity in coming years as a result of global climate change. Coast roads were flooded and rock-covered, some beaches were washed away, some roof damage, and at one point almost 200,000 customers had no power. It could have been much worse, but it was still a major storm, said Wei Mason, a city councillor in Halifax, the provincial capital and the largest city in Atlantic Canada. Asked how he dealt personally with the storm, Mason said, "We didn't have power for 30 hours, so I spent much of my time nursing our old generator along to keep the food in the fridge, and helping friends and neighbors." Tropical Storm Philippe, which continues to spin across the Caribbean, could reach Nova Scotia sometime next week. This would be the second strike on the Canadian Maritime province this year, after the Hurricane Lee. As of 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time Tuesday, the center of Philippe was about 85 miles north of St. Thomas, which is one of the Virgin Islands. Top sustained winds were at 45 miles per hour, and Philippe was moving northwest at 12 miles per hour. All tropical storm watches and warnings were cancelled in the Caribbean as Philippe began to pull away from the region. Still, up to a foot of rain was possible on Anguilla, Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, and the British Virgin Islands, which could trigger flash flooding. Philippe is most likely to head toward Atlantic Canada, perhaps right into Nova Scotia late Sunday night or Monday, senior meteorologists said. Right now we would ask Nova Scotia residents to be prepared and stay safe.